Hi guys, my name is Clem Buckley. Welcome back to another video. And in this lesson, I'm going to show you how you can strum a very basic rhythm, but still sound like a professional by applying this very simple principle. To show you this, we'll be looking at the song Candy by Paolo Nutini. Let's first check out the demo.
Darling, I'll leave your skin, I'll even wash your clothes. Just give me some candy before I go. Oh, darling, I'll kiss your eyes and lay you down on your rug. Just give me some candy after my
So just before we jump into the lesson, I'd like to let you know about a book I just released for beginner to intermediate guitar players. Everything we'll be looking at in this lesson today is more than covered in the book. So please click on the links below to find out more. So the rhythm in this song is just straight 8 notes the whole way through it. Now how we're going to make it sound more like a professional would is we're going to think in 2 parts. We're going to split the chord into its lower notes and its higher notes. So we have the low notes on beats 1 and 3 of the bar, and then the high notes are on 2 and 4. So it sounds like this. As opposed to playing all notes all the time, which would sound like this. So if I split it up again, you can hear it sounds much better. So this principle is pretty straightforward to apply on the guitar. We're thinking kind of like a piano player would, where they're playing the low notes with their left hand and their upper notes with their right hand. On the guitar, what we do for the left hand or the lower notes, we're kind of playing these 3 bottom strings, and then for the higher notes, we're going to play the top strings. Now, there's no hard and fast division here. We can play 2 and 3 or 1 and 2. We can split up the strings in different ways. So for A minor, which is just 5 strings, we're roughly looking at these 2 or 3 strings as our bottom strings, and then these 2 or 3 strings as our top strings. So on beats 1 and 3, I'm going to play the low notes, and on the beats 2 and 4, I'm going to play the high notes. So it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So just strumming down up on each section of the notes. So low notes, down, up, and then the high notes, down, up. So low notes, high notes, and just down, up on each of them. And again, it doesn't have to be all of the low notes. You could just hit 1 or 2, or you could hit more of them. You can experiment and get different sounds that way. Let's just have a quick play through the first section of this song. So I'll bring the chords up here on screen for you. So nice and slowly. So it's a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 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 and back to the start, and so on. So for D7, which is only 4 strings, again, it doesn't matter how we split it up. We just want to get that sense of low and then high. So I'm just strumming the bottom 2 or 3 strings of D7, avoiding the first string really, because because that's the string that's going to give us our high notes for D7. So I'm just going to very quickly bring up on screen piano music and guitar music for this very same rhythm. So we can see in the piano, in the bass clef, you have your left hand playing the lower notes, and in the right hand, the top notes are in the right hand. And if you look in the guitar and the tab here, these are the exact same notes that are in the piano. So you can see our notes on the guitar are actually quite spread out. So for a piano player to play our same chords, he requires 2 hands. So that's why it's great to split up these chords on the guitar, and it just sounds way nicer, because what's happening is we're getting a texture here, kind of like a 3-dimensional sound where you play the low notes and they're ringing out while you're strumming on the high notes. So essentially what's happening is you're getting long notes. These low notes are ringing out while you're strumming the high notes, and then those high notes ring out while you go back and strum the low notes. So you're actually getting long notes and short notes all at the same time, giving a much more 3-dimensional sound to your rhythm playing. So obviously guys, that principle can be added to any rhythm that you already know, and thinking like this will really make your rhythm sound way more professional and way more musical sounding. So I'm just going to play through both sections of the song nice and slowly for you so you can play along. But before I do that, I'd just like to remind you about my book again. So if you're a beginner or intermediate guitar player, this book is perfect for you. I've been teaching for over 20 years. I know all the common mistakes that beginners make. So this book will teach you how to play the guitar by avoiding all those mistakes and get your playing up to speed much quicker. And just before we jump in, please just like and subscribe on these videos and leave a comment below if you want any more particular lessons or any songs, and I can try and help you out as best I can. So guys, thanks for watching. Let's just play out on this. So nice and slowly. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and E minor. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Moving on to the next section, C. So guys, best of luck with that, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.